Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you once again, for those of you who are attending this event virtually, you can use your headphones and stand by. And for those of you who have already arrived in this breakout room, please take your seats. We will begin our event shortly. Let me remind you once again, for those of you who are attending this event virtually, please stand by and please turn your camera on. And for those of you who have already arrived, maybe you are still outside, please come inside and take your seat. We will begin our event shortly. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to the second day of G20 Digital Innovation Network's Green and Renewable Energy Pitching Session. Back again with me, I'm Maria Anaka Wijaya. Yesterday was wonderful. We have 6 startups who are presenting their digital ideas and innovations, and today we will have more 3 startup founders. And allow me to reintroduce our judges for today. First, we have Andrew Schoen, partner at New Enterprise Associate, or NEA. Andrew joined NEA in 2014 and is a partner focused on enterprise technology investment. He has served as a board director or observer for numerous NEA's portfolio companies. Andrew is also a member of NEA's Asia investing team and has been involved with NEA's investments in the region, such as ByteDance and Chuoyobang. In 2018, Andrew was named to the Forbes 30 Under 30 list in venture capital. Hi, Andrew, you ready for today?
Absolutely, thank you so much.
Sure, and then the second one we have Julia Amon Marchand, Director of Strategy and Partnership of the Economic Research Institute for Asian and East Asia, or ERIA. Dr. Marchand works in close connection with Asian policymakers, regional and global organizations to support the Asian process of socio-economic integration. Hi Julia, are you ready for today?
Definitely, hello.
Okay, if our judges are ready, I want to welcome all government representatives, the founders of the 3 startups, and all the audience. Before we start the presentation, let me introduce 3 startups from the green and renewable energy category for today. First, we have Uali from Argentina. And then second, we have Vflowtech Pte Ltd from Singapore. And the third, we have Farad.ai from United Kingdom. Before we begin, let me remind you once again about the terms and conditions. First, the representative will only have 4 minutes on stage. And then we will give 10-second notification bell. That will sound like that. And then plus 5-second additional. And then we will give it back to the judges to decide whether you can continue or you have to stop. And then we will have 3 minutes Q&A session from the judges. And the last, the judgment will not only from the judges, but from all the audience by QR code that will pop up on the screen. And then audience will have 1 minute to score. Without any further ado, please welcome from Argentina, Uali.
Hello everyone. Well, I'm Ian Bogado, I'm the CEO of Wally, and we are going to tell a tiny story that why we start Wally and why we are part of this energy transition. First of all, we came from oil and gas industry, so we detect there that there are mainly issues to try to reduce OpEx in the operation. You have to know that the energy industry produces energy in desert, in forests, deep in the sea, so that technology that actually are trying to help them is very simple. So if they were going to request 2 times, 3 times the energy that produced today in 10 years, we have to include technology in that process. So why we create Wally? It's a really simple service. We like to call it data as a service because we are including a lot of those IoT, robotics, and AI to a lot of information that these kind of devices are gathering in the operation. So the task is very simple. Try to make autonomous a lot of the repetitive tasks that the industry has in maintenance. So we split this service in just 3 dots. First, that information is gathered in the facilities. Second, our mainly value is create AI and add to that first data to extract them, and then try to show them with a really UX experience platform. So being part of the energy transition, it is to have really real case studies. We are working with major clients to try to surveillance the compliance for that green gas. What is that? Detect methane from the wells until the last mile. We start in South America until the ports in Europe to try to maintain in this energy crisis the sustainability of that primary material that is the gas, right? So about our competition that we have in Wally, you are going to find around a lot of companies that already have runs. We use runs just like a commodity and giving more value to the data. And right now we are competing with Baker Hughes, that is a huge maintenance competitor, would I say. The thing is, they are very good in engineering. We are very good in technology. So our team, like thinking really long term, it is, okay, we start in Latin America, then we cross the ocean to Europe, and right now we are crossing to renewable energy. So we detect a lot of simple use cases that we can do offshore and onshore. We're trying right now in Brazil, because we know there we can scale, and they go to the first developing countries to stay there and maintain this viability to decrease the OpEx for everyone, right? And the only task that we are thinking like companies, okay, always going to be the big markets. In our case, it is the United States. So everything about Wally or culture, what we're doing, because when we talk about AI, it's very simple to think it, but they create it, that logical, that make it, that data works actually almost in real time, is to have a great team. So one of the mainly highlights that Wally has, it is like, I can be here pitching for you, and I can be very quiet that my team is working a lot to make it that happen. So that's very important for our culture, for what the goals that we want to achieve. When we talk about energy transition, it is thinking more than 30 years ahead. So stay focused with the team, stay in the culture. It is really important for us. And to not rest in importance is like a startup and like an ecosystem. We create to stay focused and be together with all the startups about the energy sector, because it's a huge sector, and we need to stay together for our achieving to that goal. So we believe in Wally that we need to make the future clear, but make it now. Thank you.
Perfect time. Okay, big applause for Uwali.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have 3 minutes to hear the questions from the judges. Andrew, this is your time.
Thanks so much for sharing the Wally vision with us. Really exciting. I'd love to hear a little bit more about the traction level. You know, where are you today in terms of building the product? Which parts of the product are you actually going to build versus, you know, buy from others? So are you going to build sensors or just the processing and analytics? And where are you in terms of customer development?
Excellent. Right now, we have almost plus 10 clients around the globe. About technology speaking, we're more focused in the software development, because when we start Wally, we believe that we can create that hardware, and then we realize that the hardware is just a commodity. So always you're going to have another one to make another best hardware. So in the beginning of Wally, when we talked with this company, they told us, no, okay, already bought these devices, but my main issue, it is what to do with that information, because I have tons of terabytes. So here was like, okay, try to put more value investment in that, and then, but that is part of the solution is how to show that information. Because the thing is, we detect a lot of critical issues. So oil leaks, gas leak have to be attended quickly. So if the platform it is more a CIP, it's very difficult because that's we focus in visual alerts that, hey, okay, you have a leak here, go fast. About traction, right now we have a like monthly ticket for clients between 50K to 100K, something like that, and we are scalable. We're trying to scale. We have 11, 10 case studies, and we're scaling around the region. That's very interesting about energy, that the wells or a wind farm is the same in UK, in Indonesia, in Brazil, wherever, it's the same utility. Don't change it. So the problems are always almost the same. So that's why we are here right now, trying to make it possible in other countries. One of the main issues of Wally is how to do not lose the focus, because it's a lot of clients who came from, I don't know, Angola. Hey guys, I have the same issue. Can you do it? I can, but actually I can like deployment for tomorrow. I need 6 months. So that is try to say no or maybe and just wait it.
Okay, you still have 50 seconds. Anything you want to add?
I did actually have a follow-up, if that's okay, on the same topic. So with the 10 customers you do have in terms of traction, are they paying as a subscription or are they paying for specific projects?
Subscription. We're trying to go this integrate hardware, but still thinking that business model like a SaaS. You pay it monthly, and if you want an upgrade, I'm not selling, okay, we unlock it in the platform, also in the operation, and you pay more. So we can be more chill about the thinking on our future, and for the client, it's more simple. So there is something that we're trying to put it more attention in the commercial proposal, right? Thank you.
Okay, anything you want to add in 5 seconds?
No, thank you.
No, okay, big applause once again for Wally. Okay, now the audience will have 1 minute to scan and decide on the QR code on the screen. Please give your best score. The last 20 seconds. Okay, time's up, so we will move to the second presentation from Vflow Tech Pte Ltd from Singapore. The stage is yours.
All right, good morning. My name is Eric. I'm from Vflow Tech, Singapore. As you know that today, solar is the cheapest source of energy generation. And in order to the growth to be impeded, let's say, without long duration discharge. So we're here as a Vflow Tech to unlock the full potentials of renewable growth in the next decade. So whole battery actually has numerous kind of applications. You can see it's non-degradable. So one thing is it does not also have this issue of thermal runaway. And how does it work? Flow battery can charge and discharge over 10,000 cycles, giving a lifespan of over 20, 25 years. It's super safe to use. It's a chemistry that's 100% recyclable. Have a long range of DOD, a depth of discharge of 100%. So what we have here is that today, historical flow battery has certain challenges that we face. Things like high parasitic loss, low efficiency. That's why lithium batteries have been linear by the pack. Other issues like leaking, so on and so forth. So what Vflow Tech does is that we innovated, we built our power stack based on fuel cell technology that allows you to reduce drastically battery loss, increase, and we have patented our organic chemistry that increases the window operating temperature up to 55 degrees. And we have built a power stack that is 2 times or 35% higher density than any other competitor that we have. And together with the data analytics platform that we provided, allow energy management to be of ease of service. And we are comparable to other flow battery competitors. We are 10% higher. We are economy in skills. We do not require FT cooling as context. We are coming to the market to address very huge potential, over 100 billion of market shares, right from microgrids to stationary grid kind of storage. If you look at the total cost of ownership, typically prices can be raised for $600 per kilowatt, all the way driving down at scale to easily 200 to 250 kilowatt per hour. We are now at the stage of building megawatt hour in 2022. We started 2020. Our batteries are IEC and UL certified. So you can actually apply to any or all applications. We have covered categories of service on a battery, targeted markets, residential, C&I, means commercial and industrial, and utility scales like solar farm. And some use case that we have power a commercial green tech energy building like this, and even supply the car park EV chargers. We write on the same platform that we have built in-house, the AI that allows you the energy management system. And we also use a use case demonstration that uses cylindrical tank industrials to store and scale in terms of gigawatt hour. And our battery is also shipped to Japan customer in the application of EV charging. We have a microgrid project that's ongoing. We are supplying a total green energy to the 1 megawatt hour total green to Pulau Ubin, Singapore. As you know, EV adoption is going exponential. We are initiating using the gas stations and converting the underground tanks to store electrolyte. That will help to stabilize the grid in the EV adoption phase. And today, we have gained market traction of over 3 gigawatt hour kind of margin, and we are on track. Our focus, basically, partner strategy is to base on EPC, IPP players, and some strategic partners that will bring us to some regions like Indonesia. And our revenue stream, besides selling battery, we also cater for value-added services, and we build a power stack that can be used in hydrogen space as well. And the sales forecast is tremendous. We are looking in 3 to 5 years times to be taking profit. And we are in a seeding round, Series A now. We are envisaged to close $10 million. And these are our executives backing. Dr. Arjun was the guy, we call it Vanadium Flow Battery Man. He actually invented and patented some of the IPs together with this industry.
Okay, time's up. House Judge,
30 seconds as for everybody else.
please continue.
Okay, we are honored to have some of the industry veterans, including Peter Valley, which is from Infinity, a very well-known advisors. We also have people in McKinsey to help us to drive the business across the region. And today, we are expanding. We started expansion in India early part this year as 100% owned. We also partner in Africa to supply the populations in needs of energy. And we have a venture partners in Thailand Bamboo to create hybrid, next-gen hybrid kind of energy storage.
Big
Thank you.
applause for Vivlotech Pty Ltd from Singapore.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have 3 minutes. Julia, please.
So thank you very much for this very, very rich presentation. 2 questions. You talked about your competitors. Can you tell us why you are better than your competitors? Question number 1. And number 2, just at the end of your presentation, you talked about expansions into other markets. Can you please elaborate on that? I mean, you talked about Singapore, but let us know a little bit about your plans for the future in terms of exports and market expansion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the questions. First of all, I'd like to say that Vivlotech, in fact, it has a mission, a long-term vision, is to drive the world towards energy equities with the affordable electricity assessment and the very affordable prices. So we are ambitious to actually make and produce the cheapest flow batteries in the world. So today, if you're looking at the different technology that I just mentioned, especially by far lithium is the most competitive, there is various benefits between flow battery against lithium. Lithium battery works very well in terms of 1 or 2 hours. You may even envisage that your cell phone, your CP are all lithium-based. And if you start discharging for 1, 2 hours, or even longer than 2 hours, you will see it start getting hot. This is so-called the phenomenon of thermal runaway. And in a large scale, if you deploy lithium battery, especially 450 megawatt hour energy storage that has deployed in Australia, the moment it turn on, it combusts, it inflated. Flammable, it actually starts to catch fire. So this is the issues of the solid state kind of technology. So in flow battery, there's a couple of benefits. One is super long lifespan, close to 20 years. It clubs very well in renewable energy per se. But I say that solar PV method typically give you 20 years warranty. If you club together with flow battery or vanadium flow battery in specific, you actually have a very good IRR, so to speak. Second thing is that it's super safe. Technically, the vanadium electrode does not ignite. It cannot catch fire. So you can actually deploy in a very combustive area, whether it's outdoor, indoor, it will then catch fire. The other thing is that the performance of flow batteries does not degrade. So in any infrastructure implementation, you will like to have a long duration, non-degradable kind of performance. And this is where other chemistry, I won't comment much, but solid battery will start to degrade as over years, and you got to swap. So if you have a tendency of a 10 years or 20 years contract supplying renewable power, you will have to change your energy storage for other chemistry 2 or 3 times capex in a 20 years tenant, so to speak. So coming back also, we have recyclable. In terms of carbon footprint, a flow battery is 70% less carbon emission than any other type of technology. You're talking about waste, environment friendly, lithium battery or other technology has hazardous waste, and you have to pay some country for decommissioning. Flow battery by nature, because it has a residual value, in fact, you have a good asset. Most of the miners are willing, because it doesn't degrade, they are willing to take back at least 30% of your residual value of the capex. That drives the whole cost of ecosystem. And more important, the total cost of ownership is less than 10 cents, clapping together with solar.
Okay, time's up. One more big applause for Flowtech Pty Ltd from
Thank you very much.
Singapore. Thank you for your time. And now we will back to your audience to decide by scan the QR code on the screen. Last 10 seconds. Okay, time's up. Now we will give 2 minutes for Ferret.ai, our next startup, to manage their connection. Ferret.ai should be presented yesterday, but they didn't show up. So we will give another change for today. Okay, since we don't have Ferret.ai with us, so it means the presentation from Flowtech Pty Ltd from Singapore ended our session for today, which also the end of all our pitching session. On behalf of the committee, I would like to thank to all the judges. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Julia. And also thank you for startup founders and all of the guests for attending and participating today. It's been a wonderful time to spend with all of you. And next we have one-on-one business meeting at the BICC Nusantara Foyer during lunchtime. And the moment of truth for all the startup founder, which is awarding and closing ceremony that will be held at Mangopura Hall at 2 p.m. To all of the startup founders, we wish you all the best luck for the announcement. In the end, I am Mariana Kawijaya signing off. Keep innovating, and don't forget to recover together, recover stronger. Thank you.